It's incredible what canals do, because it's just a bit of water, isn't it? But surprisingly, they just give life and vibrancy to space. If you build a road, it doesn't inspire anyone. Build a canal, it inspires everyone.
Well, the research really was commissioned by the Canal and River Trust through University of Northampton, and it asked us to evaluate what the impacts of canal restorations were and to apply that to restorations that had been completed across the UK over the last couple of decades. The canals have had significant impacts on the local areas that the restorations have taken place in. That's economic, social and environmental.
Just behind me was the Delta Crompton Works, and it closed in 1996. Buried in the yard at the front of the works was the lock that was replaced by this one here. It came about through convincing the regeneration organisations at the time that this was a project that would bring jobs and return prosperity to an area that was struggling.
When they first did it, local businesses started moving in the area and it just seemed to make things a lot better.
If you have a huge boost in leisure and tourism, then there's actually more market share there for wider business to take part in, and so you get a great bonus in terms of new business creation as well.
It's got a decent butcher's in now, so that's where we're off.
This was a derelict area. The canal had been abandoned many decades before. We committed initially well over £1 million as part of a £12 million restoration. What we've created effectively is a visitor experience. I mean, this is just free public health, isn't it? Come and have a walk, have a jog, have a cycle.
Prior research into waterway restoration has shown that for every £1 spent on a waterway restoration, there's up to £7 worth of benefit delivered to the local community in terms of health savings to their local health service.
We're getting about 2,000 boats a year now through the canal, which is fantastic. So they all spend money, which means well over £1 million worth of additional spend in the area.
So we've seen a tremendous increase in business from the canal traffic over the last 2 years. The benefits for the local community and for local businesses is incredible.
So in relation to urban restorations, we see the Droitwich Canal restoration, and that's actually resulted in a new 238 berth marina being built.
You see sort of things changing within Droitwich, and I think they've definitely seen a benefit with the number of people that we've drawn into the marina here.
And indeed, they've actually come in and spent over £1.1 million in the area and created up to 98 years worth of full-time employment across the community.
Canal side housing is very attractive, incredibly attractive. I didn't realise until I got involved in this how attractive and what an uplift in property values you get if you get canal side living.
This is inward investment. It's a nice canal side housing development. Wouldn't have happened without a canal.
Property prices actually increase up to 20% in an area following a restoration. That's a very powerful economic benefit for a local community. Restorations also have a huge impact in terms of the restoration of heritage and historical buildings as well.
This was actually a former hospital site, so as part of acquiring the canal on this site, we acquired the shell and core of this building. We've then actually done all the fit out as volunteers, and it's trading as a restaurant with rooms, so quite a crucial base that makes us self-supporting and facilitates the future development of the canal in partnership with local authorities.
And of course we're just coming out of a recession as well, and the canal gives us a nice springboard to go into the recovery. We want to create high-end jobs. That's going to bring the inward investment. In turn, that's going to create jobs for local people, and the canal is the catalyst that's really going to make that happen.
We're developing 47 timber frame houses and apartments, and revamping the area really for the community.
In terms of local employment, there's huge benefits of restorations, and those benefits come twofold really. They're in terms of the jobs that are created during the restoration, but then there's also the long-term benefits that come through the business growth and employment opportunities.
There wasn't anything here. There's none of this infrastructure whatsoever. Obviously we've got the school being built over there. We've got the medical centre, which is fabulous.
I live on the road of the school, just about a 5-minute walk from here. That's going to be built just over there.
And the wildlife, it's just brought a nice green space for the whole of the community, not just the people who use it on the houseboats.
There are huge environmental benefits to canal restorations as well, and one of the biggest of these is around biodiversity.
I only found out yesterday that there's actually newts here, never knew, so somebody showed me one.
3 years ago, the Chesterfield Canal Trust got some funding in order to restore the derelict Lock House and build a meeting room and a coffee shop. 3 years later, it has been a huge success. It is, in the true sense of the word, a community hub.
I run this as not just a coffee shop, but also a place to train people, to give people a chance of an NVQ in the catering industry. That's what I wanted to give to this community. The amazing thing about this is because it's been so successful, we are looking to expand, which will just be amazing after only 3 years.
They've done a fantastic job, and I think most of it's been volunteer. Got a lot to thank them for.
My father used to say, a man that forgets his past has got no future. Part of his heritage, canals are.
I don't think I'd be here unless this canal was here. It's the canal that is the attraction.
It's an absolutely catalytic effect. It's almost unbelievable.
Local authorities have the interests of the community at heart. They're keen on regeneration. They want to bring new jobs in to replace those that inevitably get lost. And they also do an awful lot to manage the environment. So all those things can be integrated in a canal restoration.
This was one of our best investments ever.